Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's a rainy Sunday here on the West Coast, so perfect day to spend some time in my craft room. I had my team meeting this morning, so it's kind of a busy day. Team meeting this morning, now my live, and then I have another team meeting this afternoon. So a busy day, but nice day to spend some time in my craft room. Hope you're able to spend some time crafting or with family, friends, or whatever. Maybe you're even working today. So whatever you're doing, hope you're having a great day. So today I am making another congratulations, maybe a congratulations grad. I actually don't have grads, so I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit. But I've got lots of congratulations stamps. So I'm going to use, again, like I did yesterday, the Hearts and Hugs bundle, which is so adorable with those little critters, and make another congratulations card. So let me switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. All right, so this is the Hearts and Hugs bundle. Let's get that back in. It is a rubber stamp. The images are 95%. So these images are actually a little bit smaller than what they actually are. Some great sentiments. And look at these adorable little critters. I used this little gerbil or hamster yesterday. I'm going to use a little mouse today. So cute. And I seem to be, there we go. So I freeze every once in a while. I think on Wednesday when I do my technique live, I'm going to do some masking with these little guys because I think this is a perfect stamp set to show some masking techniques. And then, of course, the dies, you are able to cut out the little critters. I'm going to use a little mouse. There is this label die, and then there's some hearts and flowers that you can use. I'm going to use some flowers today. Okay, let's bring that in. So I'm going to use a basic black piece of cardstock. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score it in half at 5 1/2. Trim her back. And as always, you fold into the mountain. So you score, fold towards the raised line or the mountain, use your bone folder and give that score line a good burnish. All right, that's my card base. I pulled, I'm using Peach Pie and Basic Black. I thought that was a pretty color combination. So this is the new in color. So the 2024-2026 in color designer series paper. There are new designer series paper patterns. So this is one of them. The other side is this, and then there are stripes. And I don't remember what the other side is that's not stripes, but so this is the Peach Pie. So that's going to go on like that when I go to glue it. I also cut out, so I've got a piece of basic white for the inside of my card. So this piece of designer series paper is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then the little piece at the bottom, which is 3/4 by 4, will go on the inside of the card. Okay, so that's the base. There's my pieces. I cut out the stems out of saucy foam, and then there are 3 dies, 2 cut separate flowers and 1 cuts 2 flowers out. It's one solid piece, so I cut these 4 flowers. I will only probably use 3 of them because there are only 3 on my stems. Oh, yay, Hazel, welcome. Oh, I'm glad you're joining our stamp camp. Yeah, if you haven't heard about the stamp camp, I participate with a group of demonstrators. There's 13 of us from around the world, and we have a stamp camp coming up in June. We are using the Country Bird Houses bundle, as well as the Country Woods DSP, the Petal Pink and Ribbon diagonal trim. There's something else in there. There's some embellishments. I'm trying to think about what the embellishments are. They are so pretty, and my brain has, what are the embellishments? Gotta think about that. There are some embellishments. Caught me off guard. And yeah, so if you purchase everything you need from the list, or if you already have it and you put an equivalent order in, you can join us and you get a make and take kit of 13 projects, as well as 13 bonus projects you can make from your supplies that we do live in our exclusive Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, you can still register. Registration closes next week, so I can get the make and take kit out to you. Hey, Gabriella, in advance. I know some of the products are not orderable at the moment, but I can help you substitute if you need to do that. So reach out to me. And if you don't live in Canada, like Hazel lives in the UK, I can put you in touch with a demonstrator in your market. It's going to be really fun. I've seen the projects, Hazel. You're going to love them. Okay, so I went ahead and cut out 2 circles using, these are the Spotlight on Nature dies. They are amazing. They are all circles and they have different patterns, whether they're radiating lines or kind of like this petals or this dotted circles, different sizes that you can mix and match. So I cut out 2 of those, one in peach pie and one in white. So they just one slightly bigger than the other. So that's going to go on like that. And then I've got a scrap of basic white that I'm going to do my stamping on. And I'm going to stamp my little mouse. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. And we're going to color him using our blends. So I've got my smoky slate. So we're going to have a smoky slate mouse. That's the light. I was explaining yesterday, I always start with a light. You don't have to. You can do your dark first and then blend over top of it. But I always start with the lightest of and the color that I'm using. And I'm using the fine tip end. I usually use the brush end, but this guy is so small. I'm gonna stick to the fine tip end for him. So I'm just gonna lay down a layer of the light smoky slate. Leave his nose because he's going to have a little pink nose. And a little bit on the ear. We'll have some pink on his ear. All right. And then we'll go over, we'll just add a little bit of the dark, just kind of around where he might have some, maybe a little bit of shading about his ear. His little hands, paws, I don't know what they are. I'm going to call them hands. There we are. And then I'll go back over and just kind of blend that a little bit using the light. Just to try and soften those lines a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do a dark bow. Oh no, that's a heart. Let's do I thought that was his bow tie, but it's not. So this is light, pretty, and pink. And so we'll do those for the ears. And then we'll do that, a pink heart. Not going to do too much shading on it because he's pretty little. You could do more, but I'm just going to leave him pretty, pretty basic. And then I've got my die here. So I'm going to put that on, and this is Post-it note tape that I get on Amazon. You could use a Post-it note or some washi tape, but I just want to hold that die in place so it doesn't shift around as I go to cut it. Oh, embossing folder. Yes. Oh, and thank you, Hazel. Yeah, gosh, my brain is. It's the eyelid embossing folder that you get, as well as the smoky slate and basic gray pearls. There we go. That's the full suite of products that you need to order in order to get the stamp count. So again, some of those products may not be orderable, but I can help you substitute if you're interested. And like I said, if you are not in, don't live in Canada, I can put you in touch with a demonstrator in your market. Okay, let's start putting our card together. All right, so I am going to put this little stems, and I'm going to just glue that on with some liquid glue. So just a little bit of liquid glue. Just don't want to get it all over the place, especially all over my fingers. Nothing worse for me. Okay, so then he can go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to just put these, I put these on. I cut these 4 flowers out, and my trick is to put them on to a glue dot so that I don't lose them, because I always seem to lose the little tiny die cut pieces. So when I cut them out, just adhere them onto a die cut or onto a glue dot. I'll save that one. And then you won't lose them. And I'm just going to take, just kind of bend the flowers a little bit to make them look, a little bit 3-dimensional. That's not, there we go. I could have done that before I put them onto the glue dot, but I'm just going to bend them up a little bit, the petals. Okay. So this is going to go on like that, and my little mouse is going to pop up in front of those flowers. Oops. Come on. There we go. There we go, like that. And then we'll pop that up onto the other circle. I think this dotted circle dies are my favorite. Okay, so I've got that. So I'm going to use some of the, this is the, what's it called? Large check ribbon. It is basic black and very vanilla. You can color this if you wanted to. I'm going to keep it the very vanilla, but you can actually take a Stampin' blend and use your brush end and color this. I'm going to wrap this around, and I'm going to tie a bow, she says confidently. I'm going to tie the bow over on this right-hand side, and there they are. Use my tweezers to hold that in place so it's not loose, and I always turn upside down so that I can kind of control where my tails are going. So I want my tails facing towards the bottom, so I can kind of keep track of them, maybe. All right, things are not working today. Why is this not working for me? Tail towards the bottom, tail towards the bottom. There we go. Had to get my non-thinking 3-dimensional brain in gear. I don't see 3-dimensionally very well, so there we go. Got a big bow. Let's make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Still a little bit big, but I can fuss with those pieces. There we go. A little bit. Always want to make sure you pull your bow tight. That's kind of one of the secrets. Now I still, even though I used my tweezers, my bow is still, it's twisted. I'm not happy about that. Trying to get it untwisted. There we go. That's better. It's still a little bit loose. So my trick for that is to take a glue dot and cinch it in at the back like they do on the mannequins in the stores to make the clothes look like they fit amazing, even though they don't. Where did my glue dot go? There it is, still on my take your pick tool. Like that. And there we go. Maybe one more. So just take a glue dot and then put it underneath the ribbon and then cinch that ribbon in towards the back, and that will never show. You will never know that my bow was a little bit too long. It's interesting, this ribbon is very vanilla, but it takes on kind of an orangey peach pie kind of color with this paper. It's kind of cool. Okay. So I'm going to use, one of the places that I use Stampin' Seal is when I have ribbon on my card and I want to make sure that ribbon is held in place. So I go over the ribbon with my Stampin' Seal. Some people will use tear and tape adhesive. I find Stampin' Seal will adhere, but I do make sure I use a fair amount of it just to hold that ribbon in place. Like that. Okay, let's take that out for now. And I did have a piece, oh, there it is over there. Okay. And then we'll just take and put, I'm going to pop this. I was going to just glue it on, but I think I'm going to use some more dimensionals. And put my cute little mouse like that. Okay, now I was looking for a congrats or a congratulations stamp, and I found the congrats stamp. I'm looking for a die cut, but of course I thought I'd cut out. I know I'd cut out. And do you think I can find it? No, I can't. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment. Yesterday I cut out the little, I'll find it as soon as I'm done, you watch. I cut out one of these label dies and didn't use it. So we will cut another one out. And of course I will, as soon as I do that, I will find it. Oh, that was my husband sneeze, if you heard that. He's downstairs. That was loud. Oh, thanks, Simone. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, if you are interested, you can share this video so that some of your friends who might be interested see it. Okay, so that's the label. Now, like I said, I'm going to use this congrats stamp, and I'm going to stamp it in Tuxedo Black Memento. Oh, I'm going to stamp it that way. I have an idea. That's why so I'm just going to stamp congrats in the black. And now I'm going to put this down like that, and I'm going to cut it off. So I only want part of this, which is why I stamped this closer to the one side. And I'm going to just cut that off, the end of that die or label off. And this still needs a glue dot here. It's misbehaving. So let's just take and put a glue dot there so that it sticks. There we go. All right. We'll put that just right over that ribbon. And I think it needs another dimensional on the end. Didn't get one close enough to the end. Thank you. All right, so take that there. Now that's popped up. Isn't he cute? Okay, so what did I pull? I pulled, these are the adhesive back sparkle gems. I was going to use the resin dots in the in colors, but I decided that black would show up quite nicely on here. So I'm going to put a black one on each of the flowers in the center. just to make them pop a little bit. And then let's put, I always do odd numbers. So we'll do 5. Let's pull a little one. There's 2 sizes. So we'll do 2. There we go. Throw lots of sparkle on this one. And then the last thing I want to do is, this is Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to take and add a little bit of Wink of Stella to my heart. There, like that. So that's the front of the card. Isn't he cute? And then I've got, oh, no, that's not it. Then I've got this piece. This is a piece of that designer series paper. It's 3/4 of an inch by 4. And I'm just going to take and put that on the bottom of this piece of basic white. And we'll adhere that to the inside of the card. And I was going to stamp another sentiment. So there's a cute little sentiment in this Hearts and Hugs that says, sending a big hug. And I thought that that would fit with the congrats on the front. Let's see if I can get it straight. Always a scary thing. There we go. I should have stamped it before I glued it on the inside. That's a trick. Don't glue your card base or your card stock onto the inside of the card until you've actually stamped it, because sure as anything, you'll stamp it crooked. But there we go, in the inside of the card. And look at how cute that is. That little tiny mouse is so sweet. Thanks, Hazel. Thanks, Simone. All right, so again, that's the Hearts and Hugs bundle, and the sentiment, the congrats sentiment, is from the Gone Fishing stamp set. So if you're missing, if you don't have a sentiment, you want to use a stamp set, and the sentiment doesn't call, speaking of the sentiments that are in the stamp set aren't calling your name, then pull out some other sentiments and other stamp sets and look for sentiments, because it's a great way to mix and match and use some of those other stamp sets that you might have. Also, as a way to, as I was going through, I went, oh my gosh, I'd forgotten about that stamp set. So it's a way to kind of remind you of the stamp sets you might have in your stash that you haven't used for a while. All right, so you can join me on Tuesday I will be live at 4 o'clock Pacific with a sketch. So come join me. If you can't make it, I always post the sketch at about ½ hour after the live, and you can grab that sketch and make a card out of it or use it on a project. Wednesday, I will be live at 2 with a technique, and I will be doing some masking using this same stamp set. So come join me for that. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.